Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. You guys are already familiar with this 2008 Tundra, which has approximately 205,000 miles. We did a video on a no start, which ended up being starter, unfortunately, because it's not easy job. So we did that. I filmed some of it for you, and today we continue with two very major problems. And one of them, the number one, is the fuel tank. There is a rust on this truck. For example, if you look right here, you see the rust. And that rust destroyed one of the fuel tank straps. So believe it or not, the front of the fuel tank is hanging on this Goodyear ratcheting strap. So hopefully you can see that rust. It's pretty bad. That needs to be replaced, and obviously here this Goodyear strap is also crazy. If you imagine that you are risking that fuel tank falling down, here you can see the rusted off strap. Here you see the lines coming off, and so on and so on. So the new parts are right here, and each of them has a different length. Also these brackets. Just trying to show it to you. I cannot film from different reasons every single step, but I still wanted to show you what is happening here and what I will be doing right now. I decided to start with the one in the back, so if we can call it good one, well, the one which still is original. It's not good, it's original. So as you can see, I have all kinds of support for safety. I don't trust just this transmission jack, but I brought even this, so that should be supported enough. And with all these crazy amounts of rust, you definitely need to pre-spray stuff. And it's tempting to grab the power tools and not just the ratchet. But again, that rust, it's scaring me, and I want to feel that bolt. I want to see that bracket which is actually holding that bolt and that strap. So I really want to feel it and be careful and not to break something. And because of that, I will rather keep lubing it. If I could get a steel brush there, that will be great, but as you can imagine, there's no space, so I will just keep lubing it. And watching closely this area, I think it's slowly coming. And no matter what you do to prevent stuff, it will happen anyway. So I was turning this. See up there inside, there was a nut welded to this bracket right here, and it was all rusted. And of course, what happened, that weld broke. The nut is not holding anymore. I can keep turning this bolt, the nut is spinning, and I'm basically stuck. This is another bad job on this truck. That starter already caused a lot of problems because of the rust, and this is just continuing. Do you see this? I use the handsaw because I cannot use the power saw. That tip behind that bolt could punch the hole through the gas tank. That was my biggest worry. And then I will have a hole and I can go and replace the gas tank also for the owner. However, that was the only thing I could squeeze there. No grinders, nothing. So I just perfectly cut off that, not even nut, right? This was welded there, was functioning as a nut. I will try to get you in to see the other side. See that? So I removed the cotter pin which was here. But this, it's the pin which needs to go towards to the front. It's also completely rusted. Here it is on the ground. Look how much rust just came out of it. I really admire those techs who are working in that rust belt on East Coast. How they do that, I don't know. For me, this is not very common because we are in California. Look at the pin. We are in California and normally we don't have these problems here. I will clean this pin and we will see if it's reusable. After just a couple of minutes, this pin actually cleaned up better than I expected. Now I just need to grab the correct strap. There are different lengths. These two new ones, but just matching them here. Also this steel part gives it away really quickly. This is the one for the rear. I will go ahead and transfer this rubber protector. Despite the fact it's becoming obvious to me that this is the reason why that whole thing was rusted so badly. What you can see, that rubber actually will perfectly catch all the moisture underneath it. I feel like this truck is really kicking my butt. I feel like these owners, when they will hear another horror stories from me about this truck, they will start feeling that I'm some kind of incompetent loser. It's really hard to work on this baby. But for real, this is all rust which is falling off this truck. I'm not making it up. It's not a dirt. It's layers and layers of rust. Now with that front strap. Yep. What's up? Dirt and dust. Oh my goodness. I moved you further because I don't want to ruin that gear. That's another what? Almost $3,000 camera and lens, so I don't want to have this dirt in it. When I first saw this truck in the parking lot when I met the owners, I thought this strap was holding this just on that bar. I will never think somebody will let the fuel tank sit on it for such a long time. That's pretty. And if I thought there will be better news on this one, I think it's the opposite. The access to this bolt, it's even worse, and it's the same amounts of rust. And I just remembered while I'm spraying here, I'm standing next to the parking brake. Some people call it emergency brake. And I know the owner, she said, it's not doing anything. You step on the pedal, but it's not braking at all. So look, this is towards to the cabin. You can even hear it moving in the cabin. But it's not going anywhere back because it's completely seized here. I cannot move it. It's seized right here by the rust. Now we know why it's not working. This is insane. I got finally lucky. This bolt didn't break, nothing broke. That lubrication and anti-rust treatment worked. So I will clean the threads. It's a M10 times 1.25. It's not 1.5, it's a 1.25. We will clean the threads and have it ready. I have a bunch of bolts obviously sitting around, but not exactly the same length and so on. So let's try to clean this one. It's amazing how just clean, rethreaded and thick layer of anti-seize, what a difference this bolt experience. I'm using just my hand and it's perfectly coming in. I love it. So tank is finally correctly hanging in its place. That's the first time, obviously, after a very long time. I looped that brake assembly. It started moving. Maybe we will unfreeze that. And in the next episode, we should take care of broken leaf spring. What do you say? I think that should be fixed ASAP too. I have the part right here. It's ready. So that will be in the next video. But before I will let you go and say bye, I think I need to salute to all the technicians who are working on East Coast in the Rust Belt, because I cannot imagine how they manage to deal with this on hourly or daily basis. If I was exposed to it, I will be probably bankrupt within a couple of months. So once again, I salute you who guys can deal with it and be still efficient and keep up your work. So thank you for watching. Let me subscribe. I have more coming your way soon. See you later, my friend.